Miss Transformers96 here with another review. This time we have the Iron Man 3 Marvel Legends series Iron Man figures. This had 6 figures, and when you bought them all, you could build the Ironmonger, which is what you see before you. So here you go. So yeah, so of course this was the Build-A-Figure from the Marvel Legends Iron Man 3 series. You needed the classic Iron Man, classic Iron Patriot, what was it? It was like the Mark 42, the movie Iron Patriot, the comic Ultron, and then another comic Iron Man, which his title escapes me right now. I can't remember what you call him, but yeah. And then when you get them all, you get to build this guy. 6 figures total. So as you can see, it is the Ironmonger. When I first heard that the Ironmonger was the Build-A-Figure for this series, and when we saw the first parts that you get to build him, I went out of my mind. I was so happy because I am a huge Ironmonger fan, I'm a huge Build-A-Figure fan, and finally those two things that I absolutely love have come together to give us this. And I was extremely happy about it. I'm still extremely happy about it. So yeah, so first of all, let's just go over paint. Of course, this is a blue. He should be blue, obviously. This is a marvelous looking paint. I really absolutely love the look of it. Sorry if the camera's brightness is a little bit high and it's making my hands and everything look weird, but yeah, so sorry about that. But overall, just look at this paint. Isn't that just really awesome? Man, it is really bright. Okay, so as you can see, the paint is wonderful. It's a pearlish blue. It does shimmer. It looks incredible. I've been saying that it's like a metallic pearlish color. I absolutely love it. It's hard to even explain. There's like different shades and different lines of blue in it. It looks wonderful. They could not have ever picked a better color to go with this than what they did here. So the paint is 11 out of 10. I absolutely love it. The paint is fantastic. No problems whatsoever. It's absolutely brilliant. Now let's just go into the actual sculpt. Of course, the sculpt, like many of these new figures, is basically just a scaled up version of this guy. This is of course a 24-inch figure that came from the Iron Man 2 series of toys, and it's basically just a sized up version. As far as just the whole design is exactly the same, and even the two fists for hands, he doesn't have an open hand or anything, and for most of the articulation everything is the same, and for most of just the design everything is the same, which they've been doing a lot. I don't really mind it though, because this was a wonderful design. I really liked it, and they completely upgraded the paint. As you can see, the paint on this guy is phenomenal compared to this guy, as well as articulation was improved upon. And just look at this guy's stance. He looks so commanding, so awesome. This guy, he's a little bit slouching, a little bit not too great, but yeah, but that's okay. So overall, just basically a scaled up version, but the actual sculpt is wonderful. As you can see, it's pretty smooth. I do really love the face and the face mask. That was another thing. On this one, of course, the face mask is just plain black. Gosh, this lighting has been set too high, I think. But this guy's visor is all black, as you can see. This one is red in the middle, and as it goes out, it gets darker and darker and darker until it hits kind of black on the absolute sides, which is really wonderful, really cool looking. I love all these gears and all these little mechanical parts. I don't know even what you'd call them. Overall, it's extremely cool, and even the hoses on the arms, very nice. The hands are detailed extremely well. Get a close up on that. There we go. As you can see, the detail in the hands is quite incredible. Really loving it. As you can see, extremely well done. As far as articulation, he's got a ball joint head. It doesn't go up very much. That's about as up as it goes, which is pretty much straight. It does swivel side to side, and it can go down when you're at the middle. Like when you're over here, this is as far down as it can get, and over here, this is as far down as it can get. It can go like this. So yeah, so as you can see, it is pretty cool. I love how much you can look down, and overall, that's nice. He's got ball hinge shoulders, and although it really looks like it, he doesn't have a bicep swivel, which is extremely interesting. I was pretty surprised in that, but unfortunately, he doesn't. He has a hinge swivel elbow instead, which is a definite bummer because these hoses here, I'd much rather have the swivel up here so that you wouldn't be bending the hoses, but instead you do have to bend them. Not a big problem though. These are extremely strong, and I wouldn't worry about damaging them unless you really just go crazy. So as long as you don't do that, you'll be fine. And then you've got swivel Swivel wrist. The swivel on the right hand for me is much looser than the left hand. This one's pretty stiff, but this one's extremely loose, which is interesting. Ball jointed upper torso, which is mostly just a swivel. It doesn't go forward pretty much at all, but it goes back a whole lot, which is pretty neat. He's got ball hinge thighs, but you don't need to actually like have the ball jointed like swiveled over here. It can go up and to the side, which is really wonderful. I love that kind of joint. It really works nice with a bicep swivel, or sorry, with a thigh swivel. Double hinge knees that can bend that far, and then ball jointed ball hinge ankles with a pivot. But the actual leg does hinder that a little bit. But you can get this guy in some awesome poses. I've been having a lot of fun posing him. If you want to check out some of my poses and fight scenes with him and Iron Man and stuff, check out my Instagram, it's Transformers96, because I have posted and will be posting a lot of these pictures of this guy. Overall, extremely cool. Really love the articulation. The ankles can have a bit of a loose joint at some times, but nothing too bad. Overall, this guy's awesome. And what's great is that he is big. That is the biggest complaint for Marvel Legends this year, is that all their Build-A-Figures are small, and I mean they have been small. Terrarax, he was pretty small compared to the usual, and then you went to Arlim Zola, where a lot of people were upset because he was very small, and Arlim Zola compared to the Build-A-Figures we have now is huge. So now a lot of people are very disappointed. So everybody seems to really love to get a nice, good size Build-A-Figure, which is exactly what this guy is, because he has a very nice size, which is just awesome that we get a figure like this. So let's just do some size comparisons. So as you can see, here is the classic Ironmonger with every Ironmonger that I own so far. So as you can see, here he is with the standard Iron Man 1 movie edition, the opening cockpit movie 1 edition, the Trinity Orange Iron Man 2 edition, the Trinity Orange comic Iron Man 2 edition, the Burger King one, the Superhero Squad one, the Build-A-Figure, and of course the crown jewel, the Hot Toys. So as you can see, here he is with all of them, not including the Hot Toys one because he's of course completely out of scale, but just looking at everybody else, he is the tallest. That is just not even by his antenna, just by his head, he is the tallest, which is absolutely wonderful. And this is just a fantastic Ironmonger. I absolutely love it. And when I first saw that it was a comic one, I was a little bit disappointed because I would have rather had the movie one, but I'm still just as grateful. But you know, I've got the two others 6-inch ones, so I think that this is perfect that it was actually a comic one. Overall, he looks awesome. I love Ironmonger, as you can probably tell with my assortment of toys of him. So as you can see, he looks wonderful with all of them, and really fantastic. So overall, this Ironmonger figure is awesome. I absolutely recommend it. It is fantastic. For any of you on the fence about building him, I absolutely just say go ahead and go do it. I'm a little biased because Ironmonger is one of my all-time favorite Marvel characters, so it's a little hard for me to say that in confidence that you will agree. But I really, as just a regular toy and as a toy collector, putting my love of Ironmonger aside, I think that this one is a truly great figure. Articulation's pretty good, a little hindered in a couple places, but nothing too bad. And it is a big Build-A-Figure. That's something that we really are not going to get anymore, at least for some time, because Mattel isn't doing Build-A-Figures with their DC stuff anymore, and even with the Movie Masters, they're not doing Build-A-Figures. And then the Marvel Legends, they're calling it the year of small Build-A-Figures. Aren't they nice? You know, we get little guys. So this is the last Build-A-Figure for at least a year. So the last big Build-A-Figure for at least a year, so I highly recommend it. The paint scheme on this guy is beyond incredible. I absolutely think it's wonderful, and if you're wanting to see him with the rest of the wave, I will do a wave review, or a series review whenever I complete a series that has a Build-A-Figure. I always talk about the series in general and the Build-A-Figure all together, so you can watch that. So yeah, so overall, highly recommended by me. If you're on the fence, you gotta pick this guy up, and I absolutely love him. A crown jewel of Build-A-Figures, and I really like Build-A-Figures. So there you go. So thanks for watching my review. That's the Build-A-Figure Ironmonger.